Hey guys, so I wasn't gonna talk about my surgery, but I've been asked a lot of questions. Let me try to sit up first and foremost. So I did a myomectomy. I found out years ago I had 3 fibroids. At the time it was 3, and I was told to leave it alone because they wanted to give me the possibility of having more kids. And I agreed because, I only have one. Just let it stay. Plus, they say it's also a possibility for it to go away on its own. I don't know anything. I'm not a doctor, so I decided to let it stay. Sometime last year, I went to after having severe bleeding and cramps and unable to wear pads anymore, I had to resort to other methods. I went to the ER because it was just so bad, and I did a CAT scan. The CAT scan wasn't able to read how many it was. It just was able to tell me that I have fibroids. They recommended me to an OBGYN, and he was supposed to try to see if he could do a I forgot what it's called, but he goes in with a robotic thing to try to get it out. He says it won't be possible because it's so much, and he sent me to do a MRI. I'm in a lot of pain still. Today's Wednesday, I don't know, one of them days, but I did the surgery on Tuesday, the 15th. So he said that would be possible because there's just so much, and he wanted to save my uterus, so still give me the possibility of having more kids. I did the MRI, same thing, came back. They can't tell. The MRI unable to read. It's just too much, so big. They can't tell me how much I have. I'm gonna post my picture along with this video whenever I do, if I feel like I will. So I did a myomectomy. From my counting, I counted 22 fibroids. The doctor says that was 90% that he took out, and what he didn't take was what he wasn't able to take because they were either too small or will cause damage to my uterus. But he took out all the major ones, all the big ones that he could. That's what he took out. The others was just small. He still wants to give me the opportunity to have more kids if I choose to. How is it? I'm still in pain. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm on 2 different pain meds. I try to go without taking them as long as possible because I'm not a person that like taking pain meds. So I'm trying to go as long as possible without taking them. So far I'm doing okay. I'm recovering properly. The scar it's a big scar, but you can't really see it because it's under my fat. It's under my bikini line / faux pas / fatty areas, so it's not very obvious. And they did a good job stitching it up. I'll possibly post that as well, because I realize that there's so many other people that have questions about this issue, and not too many females talk about it. And if I could help someone by talking about it, I'll go ahead and post it. But it is very painful. The after effect is very, very painful. It's hard to move. I'm here now. It's just trying to lay down. I can't lay flat. I can't lay my back. The best position is a sitting position. To either get up or get down. It's horrible. But I'm coping. I'm staying with my mom for a couple of days before I go home. I just got out of the hospital today, which is Thursday. So I'm gonna stay with my mom for a couple of days, and then I go home maybe Monday or Tuesday when I feel like I'm able to take care of myself on my own. That's it. If you have any more questions or whatever, I'm really fit to be sitting here talking, but I'll answer whatever questions I can. I'll probably do a post-op later post out video with my scars or whatever. But for now, the first 2 days was the worst. When I came out of the anesthesia, I was in so much pain. I literally hurt myself morning. I heard him waking me up, and I hurt myself morning, and I came out, I was like, oh, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. That's all I remember. I was literally mourning in pain. They gave me Percocets. They had me on this machine where I gave myself my own medication with the I can't pronounce that either. Diloxin. So I did that. Then they took me off that and put me on the perks. I try not to take Percocets because it makes me nauseated. I just took one. I took a half this morning, and I took an ibuprofen in between. So I know the perks that's gonna make me get nauseated and sleepy, which I could feel my eyes are heavy, which that's mainly what I want it for, so that I could get some sleep because I'm tired and in a lot of pain. My neck hurt from not being able to sleep in a proper position. My stomach is swollen. I'm bloated. Did pass gas. I did go number 2. And that's only because I went number 2 because I wasn't taking Percocets. If you don't notice, Percocets make you not able to do a number 2 right out of the hospital. So I wasn't taking the Percocets as I was supposed to. So I was able to go number 2. Yeah, I'm basically self-medicated by not taking it and trying to push through the pain as much as possible. That's what I have to do for me. And that's what I did. Like I said, so far, so good. The pain is the worst part. I was planning to go home, and I'm glad I didn't. I thought I was going to be able to do it on my own. Like, go home and care for myself or whatever. But I'm glad I didn't, especially for these next couple of days. I'm glad I decided to come by my mom's. It is a process. If anyone out there that has a fibroids, I would rather you go through and do the surgery. I did a few natural remedies where I did the teas, I did the cholesterol on my stomach with a heating pad. I can honestly say I think it worked because I could feel my stomach, the size wasn't as big, and my cramps wasn't as much. I didn't do it consistently like I should have. But for the few times that I did it, it worked. When I was doing the teas, I was doing blue vervain, moringa, guinea hen. I was doing so many other natural teas, and they pretty much worked. From my point of view, I could say they work. They bring them down a little bit. Not much for it to be obvious, but because it's my body, I know. So it brought it down a little bit. And also helped to bring my weight down a little bit when I was on it. So you could try that first, just to bring it down. If you don't have as much as I did, and it could get rid of most of it, then go ahead and do that. But for me, I had too much for natural remedies, way too much to try natural remedies, so it wasn't going to work for me. And like I said, I thought I only had 3. He took out 22 from what I counted, and there's, like I said, there's a couple still left in there. But they were unable to take it out without damaging my uterus. Yeah, if you have the fibroids, don't suffer at all. Go ahead and do it. It's not a good feeling. The monthly cramps is horrible. In my estimate, I think I had this since high school. I remember once standing at the bank, waiting to go in the bank when I was in high school, and my pains was so excruciating. I was crying, and I would get back pains and stomach pains, and it's something that runs in my family. So I've had it for years, but I didn't know. If I'd known then, there's so much things I could have done to naturally to treat it then that I didn't know. When I got pregnant with my son, they told me I had a cyst by my ovary. Oh, you got a cyst in your uterus, whatever. I'm like, okay, it's a cyst. I could live with that, not knowing it was actually a fibroid, not a cyst. And over the years, it just grew and multiplied. So I'm hoping, I hope I find a Mr. Right, so I could possibly have me another child within the next year, because they say when it's 6 months, I could go ahead and try. Not that I'm doing anything or I missed her. But yeah, for now, I might never have one, but for the next 2 years or so, I'll possibly try it before I hit 40. Definitely before I hit 40. I'm almost there. But yeah, the pain is the worst. The surgery is great. I went to Virtual Mahali, and the treatment there was great. The staff was great. The nurses was great. The doctor Obiano, he was great. But at first I couldn't read him because I got a lot of bad reviews about him. But my experience with him, he was good. His the doctor that worked alongside him, I forgot her name, a female doctor, young black female doctor. She was phenomenal. Her bedside manners was on point. All my nurses, their bedside manners was on point. They were very attentive. They kept checking on me. I was being independent for the most part, so they let me do what I can. And if I needed help, I'll call and say I need help. But they were very on point with everything. So I had a very good experience before and after surgery, and I can't complain. Surgery was supposed to start at 12:30, 1 o'clock. I didn't get into surgery until like 2:30, 3 o'clock. Surgery lasted about 2.5 hours. But that's about it. I'll answer any more questions as you ask. I wasn't gonna say what I did or how I did or why I did, because I was trying to be a little bit private with it. But I'm getting so much questions, and so many people wants to know what happened, and so many people care to know what happened. So I'm just coming open and say I have an open myomectomy, removal of fibroids. From my count, I counted 22 total. I will post the pictures along with the video. Hope you have a strong stomach. Good night. Stay blessed.